So hi guys, welcome back to another video. So previous session में हमने क्या किया था? We started off with first chapter of your grade 12 business studies that happened to be nature and significance of management. तो अगर आपने पिछली वीडियो देखी होगी, so we have covered certain concepts which was related to effectiveness. हमने करा efficiency, process, features and the characteristics of management. And there were certain two questions जिन्होंने नहीं देखा है वो जाके अभी भी देख सकते हो. It's on the YouTube channel of Career Launcher. तो उसमें हमने question किए थे दो, that was left off for homework. So if you know the answer, go and comment in the comment section. Now today I am going to do the second part of it where we are going to cover the rest of the chapters जो हमारा बचा है. Starting off with the first thing that we are going to cover first happens to be कि nature of management क्या है. We are going to classify management as three. Very first is management an art? Is management a science or is management a profession? So these are the three nature of management that we are going to classify management into कि management art है, management science है या management profession है. Now let's understand first thing first कि art है क्या. Art is something, we can say dance. हम कहते हैं this person has a very good डांस फॉर्म और ही डांसेस वेरी वेल. ये बंदा पेंटिंग बहुत अच्छी करता है. देयर इज समबडी हु सिंग्स वेरी वेल. सो दैट इज अ फॉर्म ऑफ आर्ट. So art is something which is based on certain theoretical knowledge that you have to like learn. You're supposed, when I am a singer, so I should know कि what are the seven sources that we have in the singing, that is सा रे गा मा. मुझे पता होना चाहिए वो क्या है. And then I'll come to the forward thing. So when I talk about as a perspective of an art, art is something which is related to something which is based on theory. Something which has a theoretical background is called as an art. Second thing happens to be that there is a personalized application. I have two people here. Let's say A and person B. A happens to be a person who is very famous for classical music. There is this person B who has a very good taste or is very good in jazz. Now both of this classical and jazz happens to be a form of dance or a form of singing for an instance. So when I talk about classical or normal singing, like we have this Diljit versus Arijit, or we can take any example. So here we got to know that both of them have learned the basic 7 sources of singing that we have, but what they are doing eventually, they are applying it in their own way. So the second thing that we are going to consider in art happens to be personalized application is there. And third, if I tell Diljit Dosanjh today that Diljit, you are not supposed to practice or don't do riyaz, you are very famous, people are crazy about you. No, we know this phrase that we have, that practice makes the man perfect. The more you practice, more proficiency or perfectness is going to be there. So art is something which is based on your creativity and something which is based on your practice. Now taking another thing that happens to be as a perspective or a POV of science. What is science? Science is something which is based on your cause and effect relationship. जहाँ science होगी वहाँ पे cause and effect relationship होगा. Example taking, if I talk about any other example, let's take an example of gravity. Okay, Newton was sitting under the tree and apple fall from the tree. He observed that why does everything falls downward? Now it is not something which happens to be a one-time observation. न्यूटन ने ये सेम चीज बहुत बारी करी होगी और दिस इज नॉट द सेम थिंग विच इज ओनली हैपनिंग इन इंडिया. एनीथिंग दैट फॉल्स फ्रॉम ट्री इट फॉल्स डाउनवर्ड्स ओनली. कोई भी कंट्री ले लो दुनिया की. सो साइंस इज समथिंग विच इज बेस्ड ऑन एन कॉज एंड इफेक्ट रिलेशनशिप, दैट एप्पल फॉलिंग फ्रॉम ट्री, एंड एज अ रिजल्ट न्यूटन केम विद द वर्ड कॉल्ड ग्रेविटी. So when there is a science, there happens to be a cause and effect relationship. Science is something which is based on the observation. As I told you कि न्यूटन ने एक ही बारी एप्पल ऑब्जर्व किया कि नीचे गिर रहा है and gravity came into existence. That is not the scenario. और ऐसा नहीं हुआ. He might have observed them like thousands of times. And science is something which happens to be a universal validity. What is universal validity? How do I write the formula of water in India? Ma'am, why India? Everywhere you go, people are going to write the formula of water has to be H2 only. Irrespective of it's India, it's United States, it's Canada, everywhere you go, people are going to write the formula of water as H2O. So what is this H2O? It is something that has a universal validity, applicable everywhere. Apple falling from tree doesn't only happen in India. It happens everywhere around the world. So science is something which is based on cause and effect relationship, based on observation and has a universal validity. अब बात करें profession की. What is profession? CA, doctors, lawyers. These people are called as what? Professionals. अब ये डॉक्टर, लॉयर, सीए ऐसे तो नहीं बने होंगे. They undergo certain amount of degree or the courses and after that they get the certification of practice. उसके बाद we can say oh, this person is a doctor, this person is a chartered accountant or this is a lawyer. So we are going to categorize management as कि management art है, management science है या management profession है. So the first thing that we are going to begin with is management and art. अब art का, if I go back to the previous slide, I wrote 3 points if you remember. First was it is something which is based on theoretical knowledge. Second, it is something that has a personalized application. And third, something that is based on creativity. Now हम art को एक side रखेंगे और management को एक side रखते हैं, ठीक है? So management is something which is based on the existence of theoretical knowledge. Why? क्योंकि अब जो next chapter we are going to study, that is principles of management, and we have quite few definitions that was given by different authors. So we can also say that management is also something which is based on what? Which is based on a theoretical knowledge. So they say that art is something that is based on theoretical knowledge. Same goes with the management because it has rich literature like marketing, finance and HR. Second is it has a personalized application. I took an example of two people, Arijit Singh and Diljit Dosanjh for an instance. Both of them happens to be the famous singer, but the way that they sing happens to be totally different. Now taking an example in the case of management. There were two people, that is person A and other one was person B. Okay, both were college friends. They were hired by different organization. Person A was hired by a group of hospitals. And this person B was hired by a multinational corporation. पढ़ी तो उन्होंने एक ही चीज है, but जहां organization में these people are hired, that is totally different in nature. Hospital is totally different from the work that is done by a multinational corporation. So just tell me, if any decision needs to be taken, क्या इनका decision एक जैसा ही होगा? दोनों ने करी क्या है? Both of them have done MBA from the same college in the same field. But when they are going to apply that knowledge, it is not going to be the same way. क्यों? Nature of business is different. This person A is going to apply that according to the hospital, and this person B is going to apply it according to a multinational corporation. So there comes the factor of personalized application here in the management too. अब third की बात करें, that is based on practice and creativity. More you practice, more you become perfect. Practice more, more practice, perfectness is going to be there. The same happens in management also. Let's suppose I opted for some plan back in 2006 which was a hit. In the current year of 2026, I decided to go with the same plan. Can I do that? Answer is no. Why? Because the dimensions of the business environment has changed a lot from this year, although it was a success in this year. But I cannot say the same thing that it is going to be the success in 2026 also. So you are supposed to come up with something that is more creative in order to beat the competition. अब इस side हो गए हमारे points of art and which is all relevant for management. तो हमारा conclusion इसमें क्या आ जाता है? Very simple, that management is equivalent to art. I can say 100% management is an art, क्योंकि उसमें theoretical knowledge भी है, it has personalized application also, and it is something which is based on practice and creativity. अब second चीज आती है, what about science? When we were discussing like the overview of management as a science, I told you that science is something which is based on principles, which is based on observations, universal validity, and systemized body of knowledge. Now let's see that whether management is the same or not. If I talk about management, does management qualified as a systemized body of knowledge? Absolutely. We have principles of management, we have definitions of management that we have certain psychology, mathematics, economics, and there are certain principles to it. So first point is equivalent for science also and management also. Second happens to be principles that is based on experimentation. How did gravity came into existence? Gravity came into existence because Newton observed apple falling from tree, let's say 1000 or more than 1000 times, and then he did the experimentation and something like that. As a result, gravity came into existence. Let's look at from the POV of management. Yes, we have also evolved. I cannot say that every person is going to use the same principles that was there. So in that case, the principles evolved through observation and repeated experimentation in different organizations. But these experiments happened on who? On human nature. And this human nature have a tendency to change. So this point is not 100% valid with management. Let's take it as a 50-50 thing. But when I come to the third point, that is how do I write the formula of water as? That is H2O, irrespective of the country that I am living in, Norway, US, Canada, India. Everywhere you go, the people of anywhere in the country is going to write the formula of water as H2O. But can I say the same thing about the principles of management? Answer is no. I can use the principles of management, but I will have to modify it. Ma'am, kaise? Giving you an example. There is this manager who is residing in India, and there is this manager who is residing in United States of America. Both of them know that we have certain principles of management that we can use. But can they use these principles of management in an exact way? No. He is going to apply according to what the situation in the country or the industry that he is working in, and this person is going to apply according to the industry or the country that is there. So principles of management are not exact as the principle of science because they need to be modified according to the situation. So I say that management is not a full-fledged science. Rather, management is something which is called as an inexact, or we say management is a social science. So हमने क्या conclusion निकाला इसमें से? That management is not full-fledged science. Management is a social science or it's an inexact science. Talking about the third nature that we have, that is a profession. A profession क्या है? Profession happens to be a well-defined body of knowledge. Absolutely. But can we say about management also? Yes, management is also a well-defined body of knowledge. Like you have certain colleges of management, you have certain books, you have certain journals about that. Next is a restricted entry. Now ma'am, what is restricted entry? क्या मैं ये बोल सकती हूँ कि कोई भी डॉक्टर बन सकता है, कोई भी CA बन सकता है without a valid degree? No. To become a doctor, you are supposed to give an entrance exam called NEET. To become a lawyer, you are supposed to give an entrance exam of CLAT or an ALET. Correct? So, in a professional criteria, there happens to be a certain restricted entry which I cannot say the same thing about management. कोई भी manager बन सकता है, irrespective of the degree that he has or not. मैम कैसे? वो ऐसे, suppose I have a friend जिससे मैं बहुत दिनों बाद मिल रही हूँ, I asked him कि क्या हाल चाल है, कैसा चल रहा है सब कुछ. So he said I'm searching for a job. I said okay, come to my organization, and appointed him as a manager. Can anybody stop me as I am the boss of the company to appoint somebody as a manager? So anybody can be a manager. There is no something like a mandatory degree or something like that as we have in profession. Third is there is a professional association. If you are a CA, there is a professional association called ICAI. For the lawyers it is also there, and for the doctors it is also there. So it is compulsory for these professionals to be the part of this professional association. It is a mandatory thing, ये compulsory है इनके लिए. But I cannot say the same thing about the managers also. Yes, there is a professional association for the managers, but it is not compulsory. वो optional होता है, managers को join करना है कि नहीं करना. Then we have the ethical code of conduct. Yes, business has to follow certain ethical code of conduct because they have a certain social responsibility. And when I talk about service motive, this is partial. I am not doing business in the society for a service motive. Why am I doing business? I am doing business because I need to earn a profit. तो मेरा first motive और primary aim क्या है business करने का? That is to earn profit rather than the social service. So ये point हमारा valid नहीं है. This is valid, this is not valid, this is not valid, and this is valid. So out of the points that I have listed so far, I can say management is not a full-fledged profession. So what we have concluded by the nature of management from all these three things, management art है, management inexact science है, और management full-fledged profession. Next happens to be the levels of management. Taking an example of school, आपके स्कूल से शुरू करते हैं. We have directors, followed by the principal, followed by the vice principal. Then you have two heads. One is your senior head, other one is your junior head, and then the respective teachers under them, followed by the students of each class. And then you have certain your sports staff, the helping hand that you have, that is there. Now when I look at the hierarchy of your school, we have the directors who are also called as the owners of the organization or your school. Then you have this principal and vice principal. All of these people are going to be working at what level? That is top level. Top level happens to be that level of management where you are going to find the shareholders, CMO of the company, CEO of the company, president, vice president, assistant vice president, all the top hierarchy or the top most status or the positions in the organization are covered in the top level management. Middle level में कौन आता है? Middle level में आती हैं your teachers. Why? Because they are unlike managers of your school. So कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट का मैनेजर हो, irrespective of production है, you have the sales, you have marketing, कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट हो, all the managers will come under your middle level managers. And then you have the supervisory and operational management. इसमें कौन आते हैं? Supervisors, foreman, clerk, or your junior managers. Now this is the department in the organization which is responsible for your workers. So workers do not come in any of the level of management. First level that we have is your top level, middle level, and the supervisory or the operational level. Now there was this question that happened, like where do you find plant superintendent to be? Okay, I have written two things here. One is superintendent and other is your plant superintendent. मैम दोनों में difference क्या है? Difference ये है, superintendent is going to be your supervisory level, whereas your plant superintendent is going to be your middle level. What is a plant? It's a production or a factory area. So if you are that person who happens to be, doing all the tasks of a manager in the plants or a manufacturing concern, you will be called as a plant superintendent. तो सुपरिटेंडेंट इज somebody who is working as a supervisory level or operational level में. But when it comes to a plant superintendent is somebody who is working at a middle level management. तो ये question को ध्यान से देख लेना CUET के लिए. Who are they? Chairman, CEO, COO, President, Vice President. What are the responsibilities? अब ये आएगा आपका 3 mark का question. That first thing first that they are going to give you is you are supposed to identify the level in which that person that is given in the case study is working at. Second आपका ये होगा that you are supposed to list the functions that is performed by that level. So top level management क्या करता है? फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट ये तुमको बताएगा कि इस साल के तुम्हारे क्या टारगेट्स हैं जो आपको फॉलो करने हैं. सो दे आर गोइंग टू फॉर्मुलेट द टारगेट्स एंड द प्लान्स फॉर द पीपल. Second, that they are supposed to look after that how organization is going to survive in the market. Third, they are supposed to coordinate the activities with the different levels, maybe middle level management, maybe supervisory level management. So there are certain functions that is performed by the top management, that is they formulate the organizational goals, integrate the diverse element, coordinate the activities, responsible for the survival of the organization, and they analyze the business environment. Second is your middle level management. Middle level management में क्या आते हैं? All the managers irrespective of the department these people are working in. अब top level people have laid down कि इस साल तुमको 2 करोड़ का profit करना है. अब सारे managers अपने काम में लग जाएंगे that how I can contribute और मेरा department कैसे contribute करेगा to achieve the organization's operations. So when I talk about division heads, production managers, etc., they act as a link between the top level and the lower level, implement and control plans from the top management, interpret the policies formed by them, and they perform the 5 functions of management जिसके बारे में I'm going to tell you अभी थोड़ा आगे जाके. Then you have the supervisory and operational where you have foremen, supervisors and section officers. इनका बेसिक काम होता है टू लुक आफ्टर द वर्कर्स, क्योंकि टॉप लेवल वालों के पास इतना टाइम नहीं होता कि वो वर्कर्स के साथ इंटरैक्ट करेंगे. सो दैट इज व्हाई दे हैव दिस लेवल इन बिटवीन. टॉप लेवल पीपल आर गोइंग टू गिव द ऑर्डर्स टू दीज पीपल और इनका काम है वर्कर्स को देखना, बट दे ओनली हैव लिमिटेड अथॉरिटी per plans of the top management. The next one that is there is the 5 functions of management जिसके ऊपर आपकी first book of NCERT है. That is planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. Now CUET में एक question आया था, very basic question. वो ये था that you are supposed to arrange the 5 functions of management in the correct order. And they gave you shuffled options and you're supposed to tell the correct option. So the correct option happens to be planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. But यहाँ पे management cycle नहीं रुकती. How? वो हम आगे जाके बात करेंगे कि कैसे management cycle controlling के बाद फिर से planning पे आ जाती है. But for now, what is planning? Planning वो function of management है which starts with the first function of management जिसमें आप अपने प्लान सेट करते हो जो आपको गोल अचीव करने हैं. फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, एक कंपनी है जिसका एजेंडा है कि उसको 2026 एंड 2027 में द कंपनी वांट्स टू अर्न अ प्रॉफिट ऑफ 2 करोड़ रुपीज. तो ये सारी चीज़ें कहाँ होंगी? इट इज़ गोइंग टू हैपन इन द प्लानिंग फेज. सेकेंड इज वेयर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग इज गोइंग टू हैपन. अब ऑर्गेनाइजिंग में क्या होगा? कितने लोग हैं and what are the responsibilities that they are going to take, and according to that we are going to make the levels in the organization कि एक बंदा के अंदर how many people are going to work. When I was creating an organization hierarchy, I came to know कि production department में I will be needing 3 people, marketing में I will be needing 2, sales में I will be needing 2. This is where I am going to start with the hiring job, that is finding the right person to do the task. Now once all these 3 functions are done, इसमें मैंने अपना सिर्फ target set किया, इसमें I created an organization structure for my organization, and इसमें I was finding for the right and the competent people who are going to work for my organization. अब आता है हमारा next agenda, that is directing. अब directing में क्या करेंगे? This is where the actual work start off. As a manager, you are supposed to lead the team. As a manager, you're supposed to motivate the people. Supervisors are going to keep an eye on the workers. So this is the phase where you are supposed to lead, influence, motivate the employees. और इसमें पता चलेगा, let's suppose ये target year end हो गया. It's 2027 and I am going through the books of my accounts. I got to know at this phase that whether I was able to achieve a profit of 2 crore or not. कि मैंने 2 करोड़ का जो हमारे पास ये था गोल वो अचीव किया है कि नहीं किया. Moving on to the next concept, that is coordination. This is not the 6th function of management, guys. Coordination is the concept of management, not a function of management. तो ये ध्यान से पढ़ना कि क्वेश्चन क्या पूछ रहा है. Is it that the question is asking you about the function of management, or is the way that the question is asking you about the identification of the concept? So when I talk about the coordination, it is called as the essence of management. So what is coordination? It is something which integrates the group efforts. I cannot say that this is the work that one person has done. मैं क्या करूँगी? If my team has 4 people, I am going to combine the work of those 4 people and I am going to call it as what? A teamwork, joining the people. Next is ensures unity of action. Now what work these people have done here, that is the teamwork. I should make sure that we are going towards one direction, that is the achievement of the organizational goal. It is a continuous process. मैंने एक बार ही अपने प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर के साथ और प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट के साथ, आई हैपेंस टू बी अ सेल्स पर्सन, मैंने एक बार ही उनके साथ कोऑर्डिनेट कर लिया, मेरा काम खत्म. मैंने उनको बता दिया कि यू आर सपोज टू मैन्युफैक्चर 1000 यूनिट्स ऑफ अ प्रोडक्ट बाय लेट्स से 3rd of July. मेरा काम खत्म. No. I will have to take follow-ups, guys. Where are we towards the progress? Will we be able to deliver or not? We are supposed to check the quality of the product. So coordination happens to be something which is done on a continuous basis. And then it is the responsibility of all managers to make sure that there is a proper coordination that is happening in the organization. So if I talk about the characteristics of coordination, very, very important, guys. You will get a 6-marker question where you're supposed to identify it within the case study. Very first, as we have covered in the previous slide, it integrates group effort, that is unites diverse elements into purposeful activities and gives a common focus to a group effort. Second is it ensures unity of action that act as a binding force between the departments. It is a continuous function, not a one-time activity. Pervasive, हर level of management में coordination चाहिए होती है. It's the responsibility of every manager, irrespective of the level that he is working in, to coordinate with their team, and it's a deliberate function. What is a deliberate function? Deliberate function means that it is something जो इंसान के मतलब अंदर से आती है. I cannot force somebody to coordinate until and unless that person is willing to do so. So they say a manager coordinates consciously. Cooperation without coordination lead to a wasted effort. Next is the functions. That why coordination is important, like the importance of coordination. Very first is growth in size. Let's take an example here. One organization has 50 employees and there is this other organization which has 5,000 employees. कहाँ पे coordination tough होगा करना? Where there is only 50 employees or where there is 5,000 employees? Rather than the answer is going to be 5,000. Because when the organization grow and more people join your organization, उनके अलग चीज़ें हैं. Everybody is working for some purpose. So उनको एक साथ लेके आना, it's going to be a difficult task, and where the coordination factor comes in. As organization grow, more people are employed. Diverse habits, backgrounds and goals must be integrated. Second, where there is a functional differentiation. कैसे? Sales people received an order, did not inform to the production department. Fault में कौन है? There was no coordination between the departments. इनको order मिला, they did not inform to the production department. So generally ऐसा देखा जाता है that due to the lack of coordination in the organization, it is the organization who suffers. So departments have their own objectives and marketing may want discount, finance may not improve and coordination link their activities. And when there is a specialization, मैंने एक बंदा हायर किया which was a marketing expert और एक बंदा हायर किया which was a finance expert. अब ये बंदा कहेगा whatever I am saying needs to be followed in the organization, क्यों मैं expert हूँ, बट ये कहेगा मैं भी तो कुछ वो नहीं हूँ, मैं भी तो expert हूँ marketing में, तो follow my plan. He is going to say follow mine, he is going to say follow mine. So what do we want from the specialist? That they need to work together and chalk out a proper plan for the organization. यहाँ पे क्या आ जाता है? Ego clash आ जाती है. So modern organizations employ specialists. Specialists often resist advice from the others, leading to conflict and coordination reconcile their differences. Now whatever you are seeing on the screen right now, ये CUET के लिए तो भाई बहुत ही ज़्यादा important है. कोई भी past year paper उठा लो 2025 का और 2026 का, every slot had 2 to 3 questions where NTA asked the name of the author. सिर्फ इस chapter से नहीं, whatever chapters we are going to do ahead in CUET, authors are very, very important. So there are certain definitions from this chapter which you are supposed to consider while you are preparing for your CUET paper. And this is the summary of what we have covered so far. We have covered management, we covered features, we covered the concept of process effectiveness and efficiency, all followed by the nature. Then we learned about the coordination and levels of management. So this is all that needs to be done from this chapter, guys. I am going to see you in the next video, bringing you the second chapter, that is the principles of management. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.